Hi guys, it's Stephanie here, and what I have for you today, we're going to do a little mixed media thing. So what I have here is just a piece of cardstock that I didn't prime it or anything, and I put a couple of stamps in the background, and then I put a piece of tissue paper, a napkin, and a couple of different pieces. I get this background pieces like fireworks. It was leftover from my son's birthday party. And then this one with the flowers. This is tissue paper. And then this is just regular paper actually. This is extra scrapbook paper I had left. And so you see it made a really nice little background here. And then I heat set that because I'm impatient. Now, I mean, it is cardstock, so it's gonna be all kinds of messed up just because it doesn't take mediums very well. But I applied all of this with clear gesso, and so now I have a bit of a primed surface. Let me just try this really quick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have this, I got this Vicky Boutin or whatever, I don't know, it was like $3 thing of gesso at Pakistan, so I got it. It's white gesso, and I mixed acrylic with it, so it's very, very liquidy now. And this is what I use for a quick little gesso application for blending layers, because you know mixed media is pretty incomplete without layers. And so I'm just going to put this on, and I like applying it with the card because I can get a couple of different techniques going. I can put it on pretty thick, or I can do it thin, which is what I like doing because then you get kind of like a cohesive layer. It makes the background just a little bit more dull, but it blends it all together. And again, this just makes another nice little platform for if I wanted to use like gelatos or something of that nature, acrylics. It just a nice primed surface is always nice to have. And I am like scraping it away because I want it really thin. Now, if you wanted it thick, you could, sure. If you wanted to just completely remove something from your background, go for it. I might make mine a little thicker down here. Mind you, the thicker it is, the longer it's going to take to dry. This nice little super thin parts up here, most of that's already dry already. Alright, and so now I'm going to dry this and we can continue. Alright, so now I just want to go ahead and layer in a little bit of color. Now this is dry, and I think for my starting color I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my gelatos. I don't want metallic. Let's see, bubblegum, guava. I think I'm going to go with guava. And then I definitely want orange and yellow. Maybe I'll get the metallic out. I don't know if I'm going to use it though. And then, let's see. I've got my, what is this, margarita? Yeah, so there we go. I got some colors. And this is going to be my focal point. I found these in a magazine. I love them. I don't know why. So I'm just going to put these on here like this towards the a top layer, just so that I don't want them to get lost. But I'm basing my colors around that. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I like this color. I don't think I've ever used that before. So, get out your trusty baby wipe. Now, this has been out for a while. I like to let it get, I mean, you know, like not super dry or anything like that. But I like it to not be super soaked. And I'm just gonna kind of rub in this color. And I'm not thinking about it really, I'm just kind of moving it where I want to move it. And if you feel like it's too concentrating, you feel like there's too much color there, you can wipe away a good amount. Okay? It's a lovely thing about gelatos is it is very, very flexible in what you can do with it. I love this. This is turning out beautiful. I have to get out another baby wipe. Yep, I love that. So, let me go ahead and do the pink now. And I love this pink, it's so beautiful. It's a nice little baby pink. It's called Guava. And the lovely thing, this gelatos, they just blend so nicely. I have to put more pink on here. I don't think that was enough. But it sure is pretty though. And did you see the difference between like a brand new baby wipe versus one that's been sitting out for a while? Like the brand new one seems to rip off the pigment, a good amount of the pigment as you are starting to try to blend, versus one that has been sitting out for a while. It tends to, the drier it is, it tends to not pick up quite so much of the pigment, so you end up getting a good amount to stay on. Which I prefer, because I figure, you know, if you're gonna have it come off, I would rather it come off at my discretion, like how much I want to take off versus how much is going to come off on its own. I like to be in control of that. I mean, of course. Alright, let me find the pink on here again. Or a clean spot at least. Now I used the metallic darker one this time because I wanted to get more saturation. Plus the metallic, it is so cool. The metallics that are in the double scoop gelato set are amazing. There is a teal one, gold. It's just beautiful. There's such a nice metallic to it. See, I'm not thinking about it. I noticed that when I dotted it, I got a really cool looking look. And so, okay, well, dotting it is. And that helps it blend. It also just, I don't know, it looks cool to me. So that's what I'm doing. No rhyme or reason. Do whatever looks good to you. Do whatever you feel like doing. Don't like something, change it up. It's America. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. And see, I like this. This is hitting all the texture spots that I have from behind with the tissue paper. This is also spreading the pink around, blending it. Looks really nice. Well, in my opinion anyway. Take that with a grain of salt. Alright, just do it till you feel as though you're complete. And there's some areas here with like lumps of the gelato still, so I'm going to work that in. My cat's trying to open my office door. Alright, now let this dry. Man, I love this margarita color. That's amazing. So that's what this is. This is the margarita double scoop. And we have, no, not bubblegum. Where is it? Metallic melon. And the other one I used is mango. So these are the three that I used today on here. Those are not colors that I normally use, so I'm trying to step out of the box a little bit. I'm going to try to saturate this just a little bit more because that green is super killer. And I'm just going to do this with my finger because I don't want to take away any of the pigment. And you know, the lovely thing, another lovely thing about gelatos is that, you know, they're very akin to watercolors in the, you know, I can see through them. Well, you know, not all watercolors are transparent. There are more opaque, but either way, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's nice. Blend those in really quick with a little bit of the pink on top. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and dry that off, and we will start on the next layer. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I'm going to do it with my matte medium. The lovely thing is, for the most part, once you dry it, gelatos tend to stay where you put them unless you react them with water. So I mean, if I use too much of this matte medium or go over too much, like I'll probably wipe off some of this. So, you know, I'm not going to put too much, but This is gorgeous. I am loving these lemons and grapefruits, oranges, lime. Oh my god, so cute. I just found this in a magazine and was just fell in love. I knew I had to do something with it. Come on. Come on. Alright now. I guess that's where it's ended. I just want to make sure the sides are good. Oopsies. I don't know where my paper towels went. Alright, now let me dry this real quick. Okay, and so now another thing that I like to do, man, gelatos make it like have a really cool texture, like almost buttery, leathery. It's cool, I like it. I like to put down a little bit of washi before this next part. No rhyme or reason, just put it down. Alright, there you go. Sorry it took so long, I kept losing the tip. Now, like I said, just make sure you got it all down good, and I believe I do. Like I said, no rhyme or reason, just, you know, stick it on there. And so I'm going to take my gesso acrylic again. This is the type, like gesso, I have regular gesso that I just use to prime, but then I use this gesso and acrylic when I want to use it for actually adding white and stuff. Now, here I'm just adding a bit of white. Now, I had intended to use white on the parts of the lemons and stuff that were all messed up. But I also like to, it's nice to add some more white elements to the page again because of the fact that you just, you know, because of the fact that we just covered the whole paper in color. And it's almost, sometimes it's just like a white wash like this. I add a little bit of white like that and just kind of whitewash some of the background. But I don't want to do that to all of it. And so I do want to just add straight up splotches like this. It's just a way to add a little extra. And so yeah, I like that. That's good. Here we go. try to reuse as much of my baby wipes as I can. Anyway, just so I find, I mean, it saturates your skin sometimes. So now we dry this part. Okie doke. So I was deciding I wanted to get a focal point to put here in the middle, and I found some words here that I want to use. So I put a little bit of white gesso in the middle, dried it, and these are stickers, and they're clear stickers, and I want to put them here, but I do want to make sure that they stay down. So I'm priming it with a bit of gesso, and then, you know what, I should heat up that. Now I don't want that to be hot. You should have done this on the other one, but I did not, and I don't want to mess with it now. That's okay. And I don't want to heat that too much because it is like plastic lettering. Yeah. The good life. Sitting around doing my arts and making my YouTubes and just being happy with life. And that, to me, that is the good life. I don't know about you. This is definitely how I feel. I missed being on here. I've missed my YouTube people and my little community. I've still been doing my art. Yeah, still been sending out my cards and whatnot. I just haven't been videoing it because I haven't been able to. Death in the family. I also lost my kitten. He died. It was very sad. Yep, he died in my arms. It was one of the saddest things I ever had to go through, and so I kind of just gave up on life for a while, and I'm sure you can all understand that. And here we go. That's really cool looking. Alright, I like that. We're not done. So I have these. They are called Zebra Mildliners. I love these things, and I especially love to use them on mixed media. They're gorgeous. They can be found on Amazon. They're not cheap. 15, 16 bucks for a set of 15. So, I mean, I don't know, whatever. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put in my marks. And you just, no rhyme or reason. Put them where you want. Put them without thinking about it. Just do it. Now you want to make sure that whatever surface you're trying to put them on, it is dry before you do so, because if you do not, you will mess up your marker. And nobody wants that. And like I just said, these things are expensive, so that would really suck, wouldn't it? And so I just kind of, and it doesn't always have to be these lines, I just lately have been liking these. And yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, don't even think about it, just do it. Yeah. Okay, so my camera turned off. So like I was saying, I really like using this to just add to my little whimsical little decoration here. And it doesn't have to be like these little splotches. It could be any number of things. You could always do some circles. You can literally do anything that you want to. And, you know, it's up to you. It's up to whatever you want to do. So I love doing that. And I think that looks really nice. So I'm going to leave that as it is for right this second. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my watercolors. Because something that I really love to do is splotches. It's just a squeeze bottle with water in it, and then this way it's just easier. You make sure that you have enough water. And I love doing little splotches. It makes me so happy. Now, if you had a certain area that you didn't want the splotches to get on, obviously you just take a piece of paper or whatever and go ahead and splotch, and then that would cover over that piece. So that's what I do. I like to put the splotches like on envelopes, and then I put this over the spot where I'm going to put the address, you know, so I have a nice clear spot, but it makes, you know, it just jazzes up your envelopes. In between each splotch session, I do like to set it. I love it. Looks good to me. What do you think? Now at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and do black splotches. Just because I am going to put black around the outside. It's just something that makes it pop, I believe, especially with vibrant colors like this. And putting the black splotches kind of, I don't know, makes it all cohesive for me, in my opinion. And, you know, everybody is different, and that is okay. Yes, so awesome. So, just a little something. Super cute. I love it. And I'm going to go around the outside. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go around the outside with black gelato. And then I'm going to rub that in. And that's going to kind of give it a vignette. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. And then after that, I'm going to go around it with stamp after that's dry, and that will give it the definitive look that I'm going for. And I couldn't decide what I wanted to do there for a second. And I just put a thin line around the outside because this stuff really is really pigmented. And to be honest, when I start rubbing, a lot of it's probably going to go away, and I'll have to put some more. So it's just, instead of wasting it, I'm just going to put a little bit and start from there. And I'm probably going to put another stamp on here. Now, there's other things, obviously, that you can do with your creation, such as taking a stencil and some texture paste. I have some somewhere. And, you know, having the background have a little texture. I did that with the tissue paper, so it's not, you know, I didn't feel the need to put stenciling and stuff. But, I mean, you could, if you wanted to, do that. This is probably my favorite stencil. And I don't know. I just didn't feel like doing a stencil today. I usually do though, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm just gonna take my thumb and go like this. And I'm not looking for anything perfect here. I just want that greasy vignette. And that's exactly what it looks like to me. You know, like those China markers. It's kind of like what the black gesso? No, the black gelato reminds me of when it's dry. It is like a China marker, a grease marker. You know, it's very oily looking. It doesn't feel that way at all, and it doesn't react that way, especially if, you know, you add water, as I've shown in videos before, and as I'm pretty sure I showed you earlier. I don't know, time all blurs together for me. So there we go. And just a nice little vignette. Actually, I love the way that looks, and I don't even know if I want to use any stamp ink now. That's awesome. And you see what I mean? The black spots give it the cohesiveness. All right. It's a little white in here, and so you just wanted to go around where the letters were with this margarita that I just love, by the way. I don't know if you saw that, but because of the fact that, you know, those were watercolors, when I put this on here, it did take away the splotches in this area, which sucks a little bit, but I can fix it. Alright, awesome. So, as you can see, I fixed the splotches, and I've added a couple of things. I don't know if you can see, but there's some little boxes here, and then there's tiny little dots here. It's just little tiny details that, you know, people aren't going to see unless they look. And, you know, once they look, they're going to be like, oh my god, look, there's this in there, and there's that. And so I go through each one of these bubbles and just put a little bit of a outline. And just gives a little bit of definition. And then I do like to put some black elements on the page as well. Especially on the spots where it's white. Just helps it pop. See? As well as taking my, now this is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen. This one's the medium. Here's a small. I have a fine one as well. I love these things. They're a little expensive, $4 maybe. Totally worth it. However, just make sure that your page is dry because you will ruin this in 2 seconds. Really easy. And so now you're just gonna go through and make it look nice. There's no rhyme or reason. And this just helps the letters pop, in my opinion. And I think it looks really pretty. And so yeah, I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you saw something that you liked, and you got a little inspiration. And I mean, that's really all I can ask for. That's why I do these videos. Really enjoyed making this video with you today. And if you like what you saw, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. And if you do comment or something, I'll get back to you. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to making some more for you in the future. And I hope that you have an excellent day.